An MSC cruise ship has received many reports of COVID on board. Disney Cruise Line will offer the possibility to sail on one of their ships without children under 12. Plus, we'll bring you the winner of this week's cruise swag giveaway. All that next on Midships. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and as you can see, we're not on our normal set. We are in fabulous Las Vegas. You can see outside here, this is the front entrance of the beautiful Luxor Hotel. That is the Black Pyramid out here on the south end of the strip. We're here all week, and I'm sorry, it's getting a little bit difficult for me to keep up with the 5 p.m. upload schedule that I'm usually on, so I do apologize if this video is getting out a little bit late. As soon as we're back on Friday to Central Florida, everything's going back to normal, guys. But in the meantime, I have lost my voice from playing a little too much craps and doing a little too much talking at the trade show that I'm attending here in Las Vegas. But we've got all kinds of cruise news, so let's go ahead and hop into our very first story. And this story is about Carnival Cruise Line and their cruises out of Jacksonville, Florida. From firstcoastnews.com. Carnival Cruise Line delays cruises from Jacksonville until 2022. Itching to go on a cruise? If you're looking to sail out of Jacksonville, you'll have to wait a bit longer. Carnival announced last week that the restart of sailing for 5 ships operating out of U.S. home ports will be moved to 2022, which includes the Carnival Ecstasy based in Jacksonville, Florida. Other ships that have been delayed to 2022 include Carnival Liberty from Port Canaveral, Carnival Sunshine in Charleston, Carnival Paradise in Tampa, and the Carnival Sensation from Mobile, Alabama. In July 2020, it seemed as if cruises were going to be sailing again, with the company selling cabins for an October launch. However, the no-sail order was extended by the CDC in mid-July, which put a damper on people's cruise plans. So while we're talking about the state of Florida and cruises from there, let's go ahead and read a second article about cruises out of Tampa, Florida. From FloridaNewsTimes.com by Camille Hawking. Cruise ship departing from Port Tampa again. The cruise ship will depart again from Port Tampa for the first time in almost a year. This has great implications for the cruise industry and local businesses. The coronavirus pandemic has affected almost every business in the Tampa Bay area, but it wasn't a great thing. And we have a quote from a local business owner, Donald O'Neill, and he says, "I had many miserable days at work every day." O'Neill is the owner of Travel World. He has been in business for over 20 years. He said 2020 was by far the worst year for his business. Most of their income came from cruise bookings. And Donald goes on to say, "I booked a cruise of about $8 million in 2019, but probably only booked about $300,000 last year in 2020. So we heard there from a local business owner in the Port of Tampa who books cruises out of the area. And it sounds like that industry has just been so devastated. So we are so happy that once again, cruises will be sailing out of Port Tampa. And those cruises are slated to begin in October, so great news. Now we gotta stay on the subject of Florida, and this is gonna be a short one. We're not even gonna bother going into a story, but we are looking at a tropical storm going into the Panhandle region of Florida here in the next couple of days. I believe her name is Mindy. We just gotta keep an eye out for it. Hopefully it doesn't affect any cruising. There's not really any cruise ports in that area that are open. Of course, Mobile's not quite up yet. We still have Port Nola that's still kind of not doing cruises because we're doing all the relief efforts there. And then obviously down to Tampa, we know they are not restarted yet. So hopefully this doesn't really affect anything, but we're gonna keep our eyes peeled on that storm. Now let's talk about Disney Cruises, and they're doing something very special. If you don't like cruising with young kids, you might have your chance at a wonderful Disney cruise. From thepointsguy.com, written by Gene Sloan. A Disney cruise without little kids? The lengths the line is going to, so it can keep sailing. Have you always wanted to sail on a Disney cruise ship that wasn't overrun with kids? Now's your chance. The family-focused cruise operator on Friday announced plans to only allow passengers vaccinated for COVID-19 on an upcoming Disney Wonder sailing through the Panama Canal. That means that assuming vaccine eligibility rules don't change in the next few weeks, no children under the age of 12 would be allowed on the voyage. Children under the age of 12 currently are not eligible to receive the COVID vaccine. The vaccination policy for this one and only sailing, which kicks off November 5th in San Diego, is far more restrictive than what Disney has implemented on other voyages since it resumed operations. For all other sailings, Disney is allowing younger children to sail without a vaccine, provided they test negative before boarding. Passengers 12 and older do need to be fully vaccinated to enter a Disney ship. Disney has not given a reason for the unusually restrictive vaccine requirements for the Panama Canal cruise, but a 14-night trip is much longer than a typical Disney cruise. It will also feature significantly more days at sea than is typical for a Disney cruise, and periods when the ship is far from a major port. So have you ever wanted to take a Disney cruise, and would you appreciate one without young children aboard? Go ahead and leave a comment below. Let us know what your thoughts are on this sort of kid-free or young kid-free Disney cruise on the Panama Canal. And while you're down there, why don't you smash the like button if you love cruising. And don't forget to get subscribed to this channel. On Friday, we're going to have our next cruise swag giveaway, and it's going to be some really good swag, so you don't want to miss out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that episode. In a few minutes, we're actually going to announce this week's cruise swag winner. So this next story is about MSC Cruise Lines, and they've sort of been taking some heat on Twitter by some passengers who were sailing aboard one of their ships. Let's dive into the story. From Jim Walker's cruiselawnews.com. COVID-19 aboard MSC Virtuosa, written by Jim Walker. This past week, Twitter has been abuzz with complaints of COVID by cruise guests on the MSC Virtuosa, cruising in the UK. Nearly a week ago, the first complaints appeared on Twitter of guests who felt ill during their cruise and typically tested positive soon after they left the ship. Several people tweeted that some cruisers would not agree to be tested on board in order to avoid the £100 testing fee. Many complained that there was no enforcement of the mask wearing or social distancing. Others complained that not only were people ignoring mask wearing, but the ship was too crowded. MSC Virtuosa is a new ship which was delivered from the shipyard to MSC in early February. The cruise ship entered service on May 20th with a series of 3- and 4-night cruises from Southampton before beginning a 7-night cruise around the British Isles in mid-June. So that's the short version of what's going on and has happened on board the MSC Virtuosa. Now, there's no solid concrete evidence besides the tweets that we see. If you'd like to read them, this article, along with all the other ones sourced today, are linked in the description below. It's going to be the Jim Walker's Cruise Law News article, and you can go ahead and read the tweets for yourself. Now, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to announce our cruise swag giveaway winner. Let's see who it is. So to do this, we're going to go into my YouTube studio, and I'm going to just copy the link for this video here. And we use a YouTube random comment picker. So I'm going to post this right in here. And we're just going to fetch this out. And let's see who our winner is. And we're going to pick it. David Thomas. After becoming 80 years of age, I have become a cruiser. I will be on the Mardi Gras for the second time this year. I love cruising, he says. Thank you for your great help on what's going on in the cruise industry. David, congratulations. You are our cruise swag giveaway winner. So if you didn't win this week's giveaway, don't worry. There are links in the description below to all of the cruise swag that we give away here on the Midships channel. If you just want to do a little window shopping, just check them out. It's an Amazon affiliate link. So if you buy something, the channel makes a couple of cents and it helps me buy the next round of cruise swag giveaways. I'm not paying myself with this. This is all going back to the Midships family. Don't forget, our next cruise swag giveaway begins on Friday. And until then, we'll see you on the Midships.